Hey everybody, I'm Chris Massey and welcome to the Chris Massey Music Show here on the American Hearts Radio Network. We're coming to you live tonight from our studio here in downtown Atlanta. And tonight is episode 16 of season 2 and the 32nd overall episode of the Chris Massey Show. We appreciate you all tuning in. We really do. Now, usually this segment of the show is where I talk about politics, but you know, the last show I spent a great deal talking about it, so I'm really not going to do that tonight. I mean, basically, you know, you got Donald Trump out in front, and you got Hillary Clinton under investigation, and those are really the only two candidates that really matter right now. You know, until somebody can challenge Trump, or we find out whether or not Hillary is going to be indicted, you know, everything is kind of at a standstill, you know, and Rand Paul continues to spend money, and somebody needs to tell him he needs to stop. Okay, other than that. Now, Al, the other night, I was channel surfing, and I came across this TV show that's been on for a long time called The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, have you ever watched this show before, Al?
I think I watched about 35 seconds of it.
Okay. Now, when I first saw the show, I thought it was a cleavage contest. But it's a good thing it's not, because it'd be hard to pick a winner, because let me tell you something, there are some fine black women on this show right here. Now, basically what it is, it's about 8 or 9 affluent African-American women that live in metro Atlanta, and, you know, it's basically filming what they do and what they don't do, and what their men do and what their men don't do, and that kind of thing. And it's really kind of trivial, but you know, people watch it, you know, and there's other Real Housewives shows on too. But as far as I know, this is the only one that has predominantly an all African-American cast. Now, one thing that I did get from watching this is that it answered a question that I have always had, you know, and I've always wondered this. You know, when you see an interracial couple out there where it involves an African-American and a white person, almost 95% of the time, it's going to be a black man with a white woman. And I was wondering, you know, as many fine, black, single women there are in Atlanta, Georgia, how come is it you don't see more white guys with black women? And I finally figured out why. You know why that is, Al?
I gotta hear this.
You know why that is? I'll tell you why. Because after watching this show, what I realize is this. If you piss a black woman off, she will whoop your ass, is what I'm talking about. And if she can't whoop your ass, she will get 2 or 3 of her girlfriends over there, and they will whoop your ass. I mean, these girls don't play. I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, and they don't care if they're messing up dresses, fingernails, brand new hairdos, or whatever. I mean, white guys, they're used to white women, and here's what they do. They slam the door, start crying, and call their mama. Nobody wants to get hit upside the head with a frying pan. And from best I can tell, that is the only reason any of these women would have any use for a frying pan, because I don't see anybody doing any cooking on this show. You know? While I was channel surfing too, I came across this show called Dating Naked. Have you seen this show, Al?
About 35 seconds.
You know, you've got these people that are naked, and they're all out dating, and you know, and they got the parts you're not supposed to see covered up. You know, and I got to thinking the other day, you know, and I am a liberal guy, so but how did we get from Father Knows Best and Donna Reed to Dating Naked? You know, that's a question that you got to ask yourself. And the answer is this, is that we never really were at Father Knows Best and Donna Reed. HBO shows a program called The History of Pornography. And if you go back and watch this show, what you will find out is as soon as the camera was invented, somebody started filming somebody having sex. And back in the early 1920s, these pornographic movies, it's the same stuff that you see on pornographic movies today. Group sex, lesbian sex, and all that other kind of stuff. So really, people have been doing this forever. You know, just because the TV was projecting 2 people going to bed in full-length pajamas and a full-length gown and sleeping in separate beds doesn't mean that that's what was going on. And it certainly wasn't. Now, you know, I'm not saying that Donna Reed would participate in a show called Dating Naked. you know, but you never know, you know. That's all I got to say about that. Also in the news, and I just found this out before I came in today, and this is a sad note. Jared, the spokesperson for Subway, has been arrested for child pornography charges. And, you know, that is not good for Jared, and it is not good for Subway. You know, so that's really, you know, what a remarkable story it was of how he lost all this weight and became a TV celebrity. And I'm afraid that where Jared is going, he won't be getting many low-calorie, low-fat subs on wheat bread. You know, so there's a good chance, Jared, that you're going to be packing on some pounds. Then on the other hand, when you get out and everybody forgives you, you can go back to work for Subway and start it all over again. That's right. All right, I got a great show tonight. My good friend, Mr. Tom Hill, is here, and we have a tribute to Mr. Peter V. Stick around.
Are you looking for a great night out? Are you in the Atlanta, Georgia area? Are you looking to check out some live, awesome music during the week? They have keynote, poker tournaments, horseshoes, and special events. It's all at the Moon Shadow Tavern. That's at 3976 Lawrenceville Highway in Tucker, Georgia. That's the Moon Shadow Tavern. Give them a call, 770-674-2133. Check out their selection of great food, friendly service. Visit their website at msttucker.com. That's www.msttucker.com. Moon Shadow Tavern is a proud sponsor of the Chris Massey Web TV Music Show on www.americanheartsradio.com. Make sure you told them that American Hearts Radio sent you. Visit their website, check out their great selection of food, appetizers, wings, burgers, sandwiches and wraps, steaks and chicken, salads and sides. Also their drink specials. Live music during the week. Check them out. Give them a call, 770-674-2133.
All right, we're back. A few weeks ago, the Atlanta music community lost one of its great musicians and it's one of its great friends. Peter V passed away just a few weeks ago. Now, for those of you that don't know, Peter V is best known for his guitar work with bands like the Basics and the Roys in the late 70s, early and mid 80s. Now, when I started the Chris Massey Show about a year and a half ago, Peter was one of the first people that I called about being on the show. I had him booked several times, but because of health reasons, he never could be here. I talked to him in June, and we talked about him being here in August on this show tonight. I first met Peter V way back in 1981 when I was playing a gig at the Agora Ballroom with the Mistakes. He was hanging around backstage that night. Now, our drummer, Glenn Fox, and that's Froggy to everybody else out there, went on to play drums with the Basics and with the Roys. So I always had a connection with the band. Peter had a sound on his guitar unlike anybody else, and his awesome reggae riffs, along with A-Roy's bass playing and vocals and Froggy on the drums, made the Roys one of the most popular bands in Atlanta. Songs like Blue Moon, Kicked Off the Train, Rise Up Youth, and Who Shot That Man are just a few of the songs that they entertained us with back there in the early 80s. They were big headliners at the 688 Club, and they went on to open up for such rock and roll Hall of Fame acts as Joan Jett, U2, REM, and the Roys. Now, this past weekend, they had a memorial service for Peter at Smith's Old Bar, and it was a who's who in the Atlanta music scene from the 1980s with musicians and fans. And as I stood in that room and looked around at everybody, it was an awesome feeling to think that the music we all created 30-something years ago still lives on and played such a big part in everybody's lives and created memories that are going to last for a lifetime. One of those memories that I have is the Atlanta Arts Festival at Piedmont Park in May of 1983. That day they had a day of local music, and the crowd was entertained by bands like the Swimming Pool Cues, Love Tractor, the Satellites, the Roys, and Arms Akimbo. Here's a clip of the Roys from that day at Piedmont Park. And Peter, I'm going to miss talking to you on Facebook and seeing your posts and discussing politics with you, and you'll be missed. But fortunately for me and everybody else, we will not have to miss your awesome guitar playing. Rest in peace, Peter V.
You're watching the Chris Massey Music Show. And by the way, I'm Johnny Van Zant, Leonard Skinner.
It's Leon Smoker with Rachel Jordon.
I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life.
I can't believe the networks make me go to this Kiss concert with you.
Well, you know, man, sometimes I get lost. You know, I have a hard time getting found.
Where'd you even find this car?
You know that dude that does the Batman show at 11 a.m. on Saturdays?
Oh yeah, so we let you borrow it?
Well, sorta.
What do you mean, sorta?
Well, I mean, my car broke down and I kind of sorta took his.
Well, did you ask him for permission?
No.
So you stole it?
Well, man, look, it's not really stealing, man. We're going to give it back to him after we get back from the concert.
It's unbelievable.
Now, look, man, when we get to the concert, I've got some weed in the glove box there, man, and I want you to put it in your purse and take it into the concert for me.
Have you lost your mind?
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, man, it's the cops, man. Quick, get that weed out, man, and shove it down your pants.
I'm not shoving weed down my pants.
Oh, shit, here he comes. Play cool, play cool.
Hello, sir.
Hello, officer. Listen, man, if you pull us over because you think we've got marijuana in this car, we don't have any in here.
You were speeding.
Yeah?
Are you Leon Smoker?
Yeah? Yeah, man, I'm Leon Smoker. Yeah, that's right, man. And this is Rachel Jordan.
I've seen both your shows.
Hi, officer.
Man, you need to do a
Yeah?
Black Sabbath review.
So you'd like to see us do a review of a Black Sabbath record, huh?
You can go slow it down.
Okay. All right, man. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate it. Whew. Man, that was close.
You're an idiot.
Officers require assistance.
I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life.
American Hearts Radio and the Chris Massey Music Show present the Tuckerville Pop Festival with barbecue, beer, and great music. Saturday, August 29th, 2015, the Elks Lodge, 1775 Montreal Road, Tucker, Georgia. Gates open at noon. Admission is $15 at the gate. Plenty of parking, coolers admitted, no alcohol admitted through the gate. Music starts from 1 till 10. The great music of the Swimming Pool Cues, Shakin' Grace, the Chris Massey Band, the Squirrelheads, the Downtown Executives, the Rain Men, Joe Hall, and Who's Rollin'? That's at Tuckerville Pop Festival. Saturday, August 29th, 2015, the Elks Lodge, 1775 Montreal Road, Tucker, Georgia. Gates open at noon. Admission is $15 at the gate. Plenty of parking, coolers admitted, no alcohol admitted through the gate. Music starts from 1 till 10.
All right, we're back. Yes, that's the Tuckerville Pop Festival, Saturday, August 29th at the Montreal, on Montreal Road at the Elks Lodge. The festival is going to be outside. It's $15 to get in. The Elks Lodge will be cooking barbecue that you can purchase there, as well as ice cold beer, 16-ounce pours for $4. You can bring coolers in, but no alcohols will be admitted through the gate. It's a street party, basically, so you need to bring lounge chairs, blankets, umbrellas, whatever. It's probably going to be a little hot that day, but we are going into the night. We had to make some changes to the lineup, so here it is as of today. The Swimming Pool Cues, the Great Atlanta Band, will be headlining the act. Ralph Roddenberry will be there, the Chris Massey Band, the Squirrelheads, the Downtown Executives, the Rainmen, Joe Hall, Who's Rolling, and Flat Rock Swing will be starting the festivities at 1 o'clock. That's Saturday, August the 29th, last big party of the summer. Make plans to be there. All right, my next guest tonight is no stranger to the music scene around Tucker, Georgia. He's been running the open jam night at the Tucker Saloon for quite some time. He also plays places like the Claremont Lounge and another bar over on Pleasant Hill Road that escapes me right now, but I'm sure he'll tell me. Would you please welcome to the Chris Massey Show, Mr. Tom Hill. Come on in, my friend. Come on in. So, Tom, how have you been? You're the second returning guest. I've had Daryl Rhodes on here twice, and having you back. And last time you were on the show, you were talking about doing a CD. And so, why don't you tell me a little bit about how that's been going?
Worked long and hard on it. I have my own studio, you know, so I've done a lot of recording, but it's hard when you're doing your own. You know, you're a little too close to it. But I managed to get 2 CDs put out, and here's one of them.
Very nice. Got 7 tunes on that one.
7 on that, and 7 on this one.
Okay.
I could have put it all on one, but I said, no, I'm going to split them up.
Well, if you can sell 2 of them, you can make more money.
Yeah. And I've sold tons of these. You know, we're almost out of them now, but I brought these to give to you and
excellent.
You know, the show. And,
excellent.
Well, songwriting's my thing. You know, I've always been a writer. You know, I wrote novels, and then I got into songwriting, and but you know, I got sidetracked into just playing live and you know, having a good time out there. You know, having a good time.
Sure.
And I forgot about trying to do something with the songs.
Right, I got you.
So now I'm kind of working on trying to sell some and stuff. So, and I know you go up to Nashville a good bit.
Yes, I went to Nashville. In fact, I got booked to have a writing session with a very good writer. I'm not going to mention his name, but he has written 3 #1 hits, 2 of them for George Strait. And I talked to him the night before, and I was supposed to meet him up there at noon the next day, and I drove all the way to Nashville. And when I got there, he had stayed out drinking the whole night before. And I went over to his house, and he spent about 45 minutes with me and got sick and went back to bed. So that was my experience writing with a professional songwriter in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm taking a different route with this new album. I've got a music attorney who has got some connections with some publishing companies, because you know it's all about connections. You know, if you want to pitch to an artist, you literally got to know somebody in their camp.
Right.
But if you can get something on the publishing end, and that's where they go to find these songs, you know, then that increases your chances a little bit.
Cool. Well, I appreciate your advice. Man.
You know, but look, it's like anything else. It's about being at the right place at the right time with something somebody wants. I mean, that's, you know, it's just like when somebody's got a house for sale. When somebody wants it, you're going to sell it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that's the way that it goes. Now, you're going to have you still got that big band you got with all those people in the band?
Well, we thinned down a little bit, changed the lineup a little bit. Nancy Davis is singing with us now.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, you know, we play all the time.
Right.
We do our regular. I do this freewheeling jam. I think it's the longest running jam in Atlanta, maybe the country. I don't know. We've been doing it for so many years.
Right.
Now I see a lot of other jams. Yeah, we do it every Wednesday at the Tucker Saloon out there, and anybody can come up and play with us. It's sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's terrible. Depends on who shows up, you know.
But it's there, and that's what's
there.
important. I mean, you can count on it every Wednesday night in Tucker. That's going on.
We've had a lot of people come into that, and then we play regularly. You know, my band, I have 2 different bands: the Midnight Suns, which is the kind of the rock, you know, electric band, and then I've got an acoustic band now because you know, a lot of venues you can play now with not so high-powered sound, and that works real well. It's kind of it's different. It's different, but I dig doing that too. But even that, we've got, you know, we play a little bass and drums. I like a beat behind everything, so we do that, and we play all the time. Like this week, we always do the Wednesday thing. Then Friday we're at the Wooden Nickels. Saturday with the American Legion. Mike was talking about the American Legion a while ago in Tucker, which is we play there regularly. We've been playing there for years, and you got a show coming up on August 26th at the world famous Claremont Lounge. Right, Thursday. I think it's the 20. Is that the 26th or 27th, Nancy? At the Claremont Lounge. Yeah, 26, whatever the Thursday is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we play there regularly too, which is a great place, you know, because all kind of people come in the Claremont
Absolutely.
Lounge.
I know. I did a gig there with you. Yeah. And I look forward to doing another one with you.
Yeah, we wanted to get you this time, but
and,
you could make it.
Yeah, that is certainly a good place. So, when's your next gig?
We're playing, we're playing all this week. The gigs I just mentioned. Next week we're playing. I guess it's next week the Claremont Lounge, and then we're playing that whole week. We play at American Legions and the Elks and the Eagles Club. They like us there, you know. They're fun, you know. They pour real stiff drinks and They're cheap, you know. Yeah, they're great people. You know how the American Legions are, man. They're great. And but I'll give you a story about the Claremont Lounge. You know, like Robert De Niro, Woody Harrelson, they love coming in that place.
Right.
So one night we're in there, and they had told us that she was going to come in Pink, you know, the big superstar Pink.
Right.
So we're in there just doing our thing, playing like we do, you know, play old rootsy music and my originals and all that. And I think we were playing maybe Chain of Fools. I was trying to remember how we did this, but I think we were playing. Our band, we played together so much, so many, so we just kind of mix up songs. I think we're doing Aretha Franklin, Chain of Fools, and then I went into a original. And so Pink, and I look over here beside the stage. There's Pink standing there with her husband, her entourage, and so that kind of slipped into an original of mine, you know, because I thought, well, I'm sure we play our own music too, you know, and then. Somewhere along the line, we had been fooling around with this song of hers, I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. It's a big hit of hers.
Right.
And we kind of half know that. So I turned to Nancy. I said, hey, Nancy, let's do the Pink song, you know. And there's Pink standing there. And here we are, this old rootsy band, you know, we're playing. And so we break into, I'm coming up. And she just about fell on the floor, man. She couldn't believe that our type band was playing one of her songs, you know. It was cool. She bought us drinks, and then
awesome.
Yeah, she bought us drinks, and then I asked her. I said, hey, you want to come do a song? And she was like, no, you know, because she was playing like the Phillips Arena the next night or something.
I got you.
So, yeah, she goes in there whenever she comes to town.
A lot
really
of celebrities do, from what I understand. So tomorrow night, you can catch Tom Hill at the Tucker Saloon. He will be there. And if you haven't seen the Tom Hill Band, it's always a good time. You will hear just about anything. Also, he'll have his CDs for sale.
Yep.
Got 2 of them here. Yes,
there you
he does.
And I want to give those to you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Tom.
Yeah. Let's talk some more and help me out with these songwriting
You got
thing,
it.
man.
Tom Hill, everybody. We'll be right back.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey everybody, this is Johnny Van Zant from Leonard Skinner. My cousin Jimmy Van Zant's in a tight spot. He needs a liver transplant. So we're asking for anybody who has a nickel, a dime, a penny, whatever the heck you want, it's appreciated, to send it to the Jimmy Van Zant Gift of Life charity at 1808 Clinch Place, Old Hickory, Tennessee, 37138. I'm reading this, by the way. And you can also give to www.jimmyvanzantgiveoflifecharity.com. So anyway, God bless you guys. Hope to see you out on the road. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever it is. God bless you.
Hey, I'm Leon Smoker.
And I'm Rachel Jordon.
And I'm Moses Moe from Mother's Finest.
And you're watching the Chris Massey Music Show. Hey, man, you remember that time when you guys opened for Aerosmith?
I do.
man, that was awesome.
Me and the boys got the drinks going round. I ain't got no worries and the work's all done. And I ain't going home. I'm having too much fun.
All right, here we go.
All right, for being a guest on the Chris Massey Show, my guest Tom Hill will receive a 6-month supply of Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat, and a case of turtle wax. Just see Ray, the security guard downstairs, and he will get you your door prizes. I'll be back in September for 2 big shows. I do not have a guest list lined up yet, but I will tell you that Sunday I spoke with Rick Richards of the Georgia Satellites in person, and he has agreed to be on the show. I contacted his wife to get that booked, so hopefully if they're not on the road, we'll make that happen. Now, I have people ask me all the time, they say, Chris, how come you don't ever play a song on your show and this and that and the other? And well, you know, I just don't. I just don't do it much. But tonight, I'm going to do one, and I really like this song. It's by one of my favorite songwriters, and I won't say who he is other than the fact that I did not write this song, but it reminds me a lot of Tucker. It goes something like this. Every year when summer comes around, hang a banner through the middle of town and you can see something in the air. Yeah, behind my house, high on a hill, you can see the lights down at Fitzgerald Field. They're getting ready for county fair. County fair, county fair. Everyone in town is gonna be there, so come on. We're going down there. Hey, little girl with the long blonde hair, come win your daddy one of these stuffed bears way down at the county fair. Now you'll be holding tight when we hit the top and that roller coaster begins to drop and you brag, I wasn't even scared. Yeah, you know I love to hear the sound of the pipe organ from the merry-go-round way down at the county fair. County fair, county fair. Everyone in town is gonna be there, so come on. We're going down there. Hey, little girl with the long blonde hair, come win your daddy one of these stuffed bears way down at the county fair. Now at the north end they put up a stand and they got themselves a little rock and roll band, people dancing out in the open air. Hey, it's James Young and the Immortal Ones. They've got two guitars, bass and drums rocking out at the county fair. Hey, county fair, county fair. Everyone in town is gonna be there, so come on. We're going down there. Hey, little girl with the long blonde hair, come win your daddy one of these stuffed bears way down at the county fair. Okay, like I always say, always love your woman and take life as it comes. And when you get the chance, have too much fun. Bruce Springsteen, thank you for the song. All right.